Hi, I'm Harley Davis, CEO of Athena Decision Systems. Fraud is one of the most important issues facing financial institutions of all kinds: banks, payment processors, insurance companies, and so on. We've been looking at how accountable AI can help these institutions better manage their fraud, focusing on how we can help them better investigate fraud incidents and improve fraud detection patterns. I'm happy to be joined by Francis Friedlander, one of Athena's principal consultants, to explain the work that we've been doing and how it might help you. Take it away, Francis.
I am going to present to you a vision for an interactive copilot meant to augment your existing anti-fraud systems. This copilot will give valuable insights to the agents in your teams in charge of investigating the cases and to the analysts in charge of improving the fraud detection models. The solution enhances existing payment fraud investigation systems with generative AI. By integrating large language models, pattern detection models, contextual transaction data, and providing users with an intuitive chatbot interface, this approach offers a significant leap forward in fraud investigation and model improvement. It will enhance the ability of the investigation agents to resolve cases faster and with more evidence. It will also assist business analysts tasked with maintaining and refining fraud detection models. Let's move on to the demo. So this is the Copilot interface. What you can see here is the list of false positive and false negative transactions to investigate. Let me select one of them, transaction T005. So what the solution is doing actually, it is fetching from your data stores all relevant information needed. You have information about the consumer or the cardholder here, the recent transactions that were performed prior to the transaction T005, and also the patterns that were detected. In this demo, we rely on a rule-based pattern detection system where each pattern is modeled with a rule. Let's focus on the very first pattern, which is rapid successive transactions. It is looking at the transactions the cardholder performed in a 20-minute window prior to transaction T005. If there are at least 4 of them, which is actually the case here, as you can see, from T001 to T04. T000 was done actually more than 20 minutes ago. So in that case, the pattern is recognized. What you can see here is that this pattern has an explanatory name, a natural language description, and an implementation. Guess what? This natural language description and even the implementation can literally be understood by the solution because it is using generative AI. So if we look back here, we can see that the case was summarized by the solution, by the generative AI. That summary takes in account both the patterns that were detected, but also the contextual data. So let me have a chat with the Copilot and let me ask it the following. I would like to know actually what are the concrete transactions for which the pattern was detected. In this case, what are the transactions that match the rapid successive transaction pattern? Send. So here it is listing transactions T01 to T004. And the last one also T005. It identified among the past transactions the ones that lie in the 20-minute window, and it correctly omitted the previous ones. It is introspecting the case and helps the agent understand why the pattern was matched. The Copilot can also make sense of the context to deliver more specific insights. Let me give you a different example. if you look at the location-based pattern, it can moderate the severity of this pattern if the agent is indicating that the cardholder is a flight attendant. Now, if you look here at this series of transactions, unfortunately, all the transactions up to T004 were accepted. Could we have detected these suspicious transactions before blocking T005? So let's have a look at that. And let me pick here T004. As you can see here, no anomaly was detected, no pattern was detected. So let me ask it, why for that particular transaction wasn't rapid successive transactions detected? Why didn't it match? And here comes the answer. It is telling me that there should be 4 transactions at least. And in this case, we have only 3 transactions. So, okay, in the previous example, the Copilot was able to tell me why the pattern was detected. And now it is telling me why it was not detected. Okay, now let me show you an example where the card was stolen and used with increasing amounts. This can be the sign of a stolen card because the fraudster might be testing the limits of the card. So looking at this case, actually, you can see that the transaction have increasing amounts, $100 to $100, $400, $800. If you look at the patterns that were detected, it is detecting that the merchant is could be considered suspicious, gaming industry, but nothing about these increasing amounts. So let me ask it. These amounts are actually increasing. This looks like a suspicious pattern, as it would indicate that a fraudster wanted to test the limits of the card. Is there a rule that implements that escalating amount pattern? Let me ask it. So what is happening here, I guess, is quite impressive because we are introspecting the base, the pattern base, and what it is telling me, it is detecting unusually high transaction amounts, but it is not detecting specifically the escalating transaction. So let me ask it the following. Please draft a rule that detects such escalating amount patterns. And what the Copilot is doing here, it is creating the skeleton of a future rule that will detect such pattern. We'd be very excited to have a conversation with you and discuss how this approach will enhance your existing systems. Feel free to reach out. Thank you very much. Goodbye.